you notice in this place?
The coast.
And what vantage point are you seeing the coast from?
High up on cliffs.
Okay. But what do you notice when you look at that coast?
It's very rocky.
Mm-hmm. Are you wearing anything on your feet as you look at that coast?
Sandals.
Okay. Are your legs covered?
No.
No? What are you wearing, if anything, on your lower body?
Some sort of toga.
Okay.
Cloth.
Uh-huh. And does that cover the whole body?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Are you wearing anything on your head?
Some sort of crown of leaves.
Okay. Are you holding anything in your hands?
No.
Do you feel older or younger in that body?
Not terribly young, but not terribly old.
Are you male or female?
No.
Okay. How would you describe your emotional state? How are you feeling as you look at this view?
I feel like a storm is coming.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about that?
But I feel like there's going to be a change.
Mm-hmm. Is that because of just the weather, or is there something else going on?
Something else is going on.
What sounds can you
Hear the waves hitting the cliffs down below.
hear? And if you had to guess, what kind of change are you anticipating?
I'm not sure.
Okay. What smells are in
Smells like lichen, lichen,
there? Mm-hmm.
cliff smells.
Is anybody else near you?
Not right now.
Okay. So I want you to freeze this scene for a moment. And I want you to see yourself now standing in front of the place that you call home. The place where you go sleep at night when you're not looking at the ocean from this place. You're standing in front of the place you call home. Describe that home. What does it look like from the outside?
Very large, stone. Two pillars at the entrance.
Is there a door for the entrance?
No.
Okay. If you had to guess, does it feel like this is like a private home that is yours? Or is it a different kind of scenario? It's your home? Okay. So I want you to enter your home through that main entrance between those pillars. And tell me, what's the first thing that you see as you come into the home?
crystal diagram.
Crystal what?
Diagram.
Oh. And where is that crystal diagram as you enter the home?
It's in the center of the home.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of diagram is it?
It's environmental control.
For the home?
Yeah.
What can you do with that? What kind of environments can you control?
The temperature, the light.
So do you do anything with it as you enter the home? Or is it already set the way you like it?
Well, I put my hand on the diagram and the home adjusts to how I'm feeling at the time.
Adjust to what?
How I am feeling.
Ah. So it just automatically adjusts?
Yeah.
And so how does it adjust now?
It was a little cool outside, so now there's warm.
Oh, okay. Then what do you do? After you touch that, keep going. What's the next thing that you do as you enter your home?
There's a chamber that I walk into.
Describe that chamber.
It's made of crystal. And when I stand into it, the crystal door closes and cleanses me of all outside contaminants.
What kind of contaminants are you concerned about that you need to be cleansed of?
Just anything that is not associated with the perfect function of his body.
Okay. And how long does that take?
A few minutes.
Mm-hmm. What feels different after this cleansing?
I feel clear.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the toxins in the world can alter people's thinking, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel very clear. Very pristine.
Okay. And then what happens?
I need to go somewhere.
Where do you need to go?
Well, there's a meeting that I have to attend. It's in the city, so I'll have to go there.
So what do you do first? Do you do anything in your home to prepare to leave?
No, I have everything I need for the meeting.
Okay. Do you leave right away?
Yeah.
And how do you get to the meeting?
I have a vessel that will fly me there.
Describe that vessel.
rectangular shape. It's a small transport vehicle.
Do you drive it?
Yes, it operates the same way as the environmental controls.
So you just put a hand on it?
Yes. I think about where I want to go and go.
Okay, excellent. And so you fly in this vehicle. Do you go very high?
No, not very high. It's not made for that.
Mm-hmm. And so how long are you in this vehicle before you arrive at your destination?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
The vehicle's very fast.
Okay. And then, is there a special place that you land?
Yes, there's a number of other delegates that have come for the meeting, and there is a place where all the vehicles stay.
Mm-hmm. And then what happens when you land and you get out of the vehicle?
I see other people. We're headed for a great hall.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to discuss something that's happening.
What's happened?
There's an element in the population that has gotten control of technology that could be very dangerous.
And when you say an element of the population, how would you characterize that element of the population?
They're extraordinarily dark and evil. They aren't originally from here, they're originally from the planet Mars.
And how did they get from Mars to where you are?
Through the gate.
What kind of gate?
The gate that connects all the worlds.
Uh-huh. How does that gate work?
The gate is powered up. There's an energy vortex,
Mm-hmm.
and people arrive, or
Right.
they go to other places.
And so, do you have any control over who arrives?
No, that's not part of what I do in my life.
Does anybody have control? Because you mentioned that these people from Mars were very dark and evil. Is there any way of stopping dark and evil people from arriving?
They arrived a long time ago.
Oh, okay. So people didn't know how dark and evil they were when they arrived?
No,
I see.
no, they were just another group from off-world.
Okay. Are they physically different from your people?
No, they look similar.
Okay. And how is it that people from where you are and people from a completely different planet look similar?
There's an imprint of
Okay. So it's not that they evolved in a completely different way on a different place.
Mars is very similar to Earth.
Okay. And so what's going on Mars as we speak, as you're having this meeting?
It's long dead.
Oh, okay. But it was similar when these people came?
Before they came,
Right.
something happened. The world was destroyed there.
Right. And so now they've gotten a hold of some technology. So what are you guys discussing at this meeting?
They have a plan to take over the world, and we need to stop them.
Are you an active participant in this meeting?
I am.
Is there anybody in the meeting that disagrees with you?
No,
Oh, okay.
we're all of like mind.
Right. And what would you say your role is in this meeting?
Arbiter?
Mm-hmm. So what do you guys come up with? What's the solution?
We haven't come up with a solution. This is a very, very complex situation that we need to have many, many meetings on.
Okay. What makes it so complex?
The complexity involves peoples from other worlds.
Besides Mars?
Yes,
Right.
that control different areas of this world.
Mm-hmm. So you don't, your people don't, you don't control the whole planet?
No, we're just in one area.
How would you describe the area that you guys are
It's a large landmass
in? Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the ocean. We have colonies in various parts of the world.
And do all of the areas of the world have the kind of technology like you have, like things that can fly and regulate temperature in the home and things like that?
No, not all of them, but some.
Okay. And what is your culture's role on the planet? How would we describe that?
Originally, it was a scientific colony, but it's become more warlike sometimes. Mostly due to the influx of the off-worlders.
Right. So how does this meeting end? What do you get to in this meeting? Is anything decided?
No, nothing's decided, but we have other issues.
Like what?
There's another civilization that has become threatening, and we have to confront that other civilization.
And where's this civilization from?
They are on the other side in the Pacific Ocean.
The other side of what?
The world.
Oh, okay. So you're not in the Pacific Ocean?
No,
Okay.
we are in the Atlantic.
Right. And what is it about this other group that is threatening?
I don't understand the question.
This group, this other civilization that's in the Pacific Ocean, how are they threatening you?
They're a military group. They have been assaulting our outlying colonies.
Oh, okay. And what do you guys do when that happens?
The off-worlders want to go to war.
And what do you think?
We think we should open a discussion.
With them?
Yes.
Do you think there's a negotiation that's possible, that you guys could come up with a compromise?
That remains to be seen.
Right. Okay, so I want you to leave this day behind. Leave it back in the past where we found it. Move forward now until the next most significant day of this life. You're going to move forward to the next most significant day, no matter how near or far. Now you're there at the next most significant day. Look around. Do you feel a little older or much older?
Much older.
And so what has happened with these people from Mars and this Pacific civilization?
People of Mars took over our civilization in a military coup,
Mm.
and they went to war with the people in the Pacific.
And how did that war go?
A lot of destruction.
Was there a clear winner?
No.
And how have you been able to survive all this upheaval?
I was at an age where I was no longer necessary to engage in the conflict.
Uh-huh.
So I've mostly been an observer.
Okay. What do you think about the way these people from Mars are running things now that they're in control?
They run everything in a militaristic way.
How do you feel about that?
Disappointed.
Mm-hmm. So where are you right now? Now that you're older, are you indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
And what do you see around you where you are indoors?
I'm at my home.
And where are you in your home right now?
Sitting in my chair.
How do you feel?
Helpless.
In what way are you helpless?
There's nothing I can do to stop what's coming.
What is coming?
Total destruction.
And how do you know that?
I have the far side. I've always had the far side.
Do you ever wish you couldn't see things like that?
No.
It's still better to know.
It's better to know and prepare.
But it must be quite a burden to see total destruction that cannot be avoided. How do you deal with that?
Prepare.
So what can you do to prepare?
We've been sending groups out to different parts of the world to make safe locations for preserving knowledge. Knowledge that will be used in the future when the world is again ready.
How long do you think that would take?
$12,000 years.
That's a very specific number. Why 12,000 years?
That is the time when the cycles will be in perfect alignment.
And what does that mean, the cycles will be in perfect alignment?
Conditions will be such that the vibration and evolution of the peoples of the planet will be open to receive knowledge again.
But what about these Martians and these people from the Pacific? Aren't they kind of a certain blockage to that knowledge?
The main problem was the Martian people.
Okay.
There will be a time in the future when they will again try to take over the world, and they must be dealt with, and they will be dealt with.
But that'll happen before the 12,000 years?
It'll happen after 12,000 years.
Ah. But after 12,000 years, and you said the Martians are very much just like humans, right? Wouldn't they just blend into humanity? How would they retain themselves as a distinct group after that much time?
They were able to keep their group intact.
How could they do that?
They have a different mind.
In what way?
It's more like a collective mind.
Okay. And then a human that would see them, would they know that there was something different?
Maybe they would sense it, but they can't tell.
Right. But then the Martians, with their collective mind, would they know when they, even if they met a stranger that was a Martian, would they know through that collective mind?
Yes.
And so you're preparing for the destruction, your group, you're sending groups out. What is the knowledge that you're trying to preserve by sending these groups to different areas?
We're preserving the law of one.
Mm.
The oneness of all of creation, the oneness of consciousness, the oneness and the creativity that is continuous and has always been. This evil group wants to be separate. They want to be controlling. They want to dominate. When all is one, there is no dominance.
Right. And so what are you doing physically right now?
I am getting ready to leave.
And how do you do that?
Gathering all of the crystal records placed on a transport vehicle.
And where are you going?
The land of Africa, where others like me gather.
And why have you chosen that area?
The landmass is the center of Earth.
Mm. And why is that important?
It is the optimal place to build a power station and place the records deep in secret hiding.
Are there people that are already there that are not part of your group?
I have to end this session immediately.
Okay.